Other canines are making a name for themselves because of the services they offer our veterans. Unconditional love and guidance. We have a few joining us today on Colorado & Company, including Frank Griggs. We're so glad you could be with us, and you're here with Veterans Puppy for Life. And who have you brought with us? Who is your companion?
Well, this is Maximus Amicus Bodidlius.
I love the name.
Short Bo. It's really hard to use that full name and try to give him a command. So this is Bo. He is at 2 years and 10 months. He was the first dog in our program. So he's an English Golden Retriever. That's the primary breed that we like to use, is the English Golden, because of their temperament.
I know.
And then I brought another friend along with me too.
Well, she's my new friend, actually. She is the most beautiful, sweetest thing.
This is Shana Punum, and she is our newest puppy.
Oh my gosh, so in love.
We place the puppy with its veteran when it's 8 weeks old.
Oh, you do?
So the veteran and the puppy then go through training together, and at the end of the 40-week training program, then the puppy becomes their service dog.
Okay.
And they keep it for the rest of their life.
And how old is she again?
She's going on 9 weeks now.
She goes on 9 weeks. Okay. She's absolutely beautiful, and she's just going to be my friend. All right. So let's go over the main mission of the Veteran Puppies for Life. What is the mission?
Our goal was to. I've lived with PTSD since 1969 in Vietnam, and when we first started this, we wanted to place a trained dog, but a trained dog is anywhere upwards of $35,000. And we couldn't afford that when we started the program. So what we decided to do was purchase a puppy, pay for its health care, and pay for all the training. But our goal is to help veterans living with post-traumatic stress disorder have a better life. Because a lot of them, the war has been over for a long time, but they haven't come home yet. And so we use the dog, the puppy, as a means to help them come back into society again and to be able to have a life closer to what they had before the trauma occurred.
Certainly. Such an important therapy for so many veterans across the country. Talk about now, Shana. Is she with a veteran yet? And what is she being trained for to help the veteran do?
Okay. She is, yes, she is already paired with her veteran, Barry. As I said, we put them with the veteran when they're 8 weeks old. Right now, she's in puppy preschool.
Aww.
So they go through 2 months of puppy preschool, and what we do is we work with them on PTSD task orientation training. A dog can automatically respond to a person, and that's emotional support, but under ADA requirements and the Department of Justice, the dog has to be able to be trained to do something when that occurs.
Okay.
So rather than just responding to the veteran, it has to take a corrective action, something to mitigate their issue. So it's kind of different from the fact that we have to find what are the veterans' triggers for their post-traumatic stress. And then we work with training the dog to be able to respond in those situations and to do something at that point in time. So it depends more on the veteran and what their issues are, because everybody has different triggering points in their PTSD.
So Frank, obviously you were talking about your PTSD. What has Bo been trained to do to help you?
Bo does a lot of things for me when I'm in a crowd and I start stressing, because I don't handle crowds very well.
Okay.
He will come in and provide me protection. Basically, he will build a wall in front of me. We call it blocking. So he will block when I'm in the store and somebody's behind me. He'll come and lay behind me, so that veterans with post-traumatic stress really do not like people behind them. It really does help them trigger pretty easily.
I'm sure.
So he's been trained to block and to watch my six. He also provides me deep pressure therapy when I'm triggering. So he'll come up and just lay into me and then get in really close to me, and that pressure, the warmth of him and his heartbeat and the love that he's giving at that point in time will help bring me down. And that's one of the main therapies that we use with the veterans, is teaching them how to allow the dog to do the deep pressure therapy. Normally dogs won't do that. They have to be trained to do that. He will only do it when I'm stressing. If I were to ask him to do it right now, he wouldn't do it.
It's so smart. So wonderful that we have this service for you and all of our veterans. You've got a really important event coming up in February. Let's talk about that. It's the Puppy Love Banquet. Tell us more.
Well, this is our first try at a banquet. We wanted to have a Valentine's Day banquet, but we didn't want to do it on Valentine's Day because everybody's going to be doing something. So we wanted to have a puppy love banquet. The banquet is at Noah's Event Center in Broomfield. And the proceeds are going to be used. We are creating a virtual program. Our virtual program is to allow us to extend our services to veterans all across Colorado rather than just along the Front Range. So with the virtual program, the puppy preschool is now a virtual program. Once the veteran comes into our program under the virtual program, they will go through our online courses and then once a month come into Denver so that we can make sure that everything's being done properly and help make corrections if necessary. So all the proceeds from the banquet are going for our virtual program to help create that virtual program. Because I get almost 7 calls a week.
Do you?
From veterans wanting dogs.
Yeah.
And just don't have the resources to do all that, but hopefully we will get to that point where we'll be
absolutely.
able to.
What is the cost to have a puppy trained into?
Our costs have gone up. The cost of the dogs go up. As I said, the English Golden Retriever is our preferred dog because their temperament is just perfect with veterans that have post-traumatic stress. So we really like this dog. So our cost can be anywhere from $1,500 all the way up to $4,000. So it can be fairly expensive. With our training program and the virtual program, we're hoping to keep the cost reduced.
Okay.
So that if we were to try to expand, say, in Colorado even more, it would cost us a lot of money to have to be able to find a facility in a particular area, find a trainer in that particular area. And so those expenses just add on to the cost of what you're trying to do. So virtually, if we can get this up and running, we will be actually one of the first programs in the United States to be able to offer a virtual program.
Frank, it's been so wonderful to hear about this program. Thank you, Bo and Shana, for joining us. And talk about emotional support. Is this just the best thing? Thank you again. We appreciate it. Veterans Puppy for Life is inviting you to Puppy Love Banquet. That's February 8th. For your tickets, visit vetpuppyforlife.org, or you can call them at 303-946-3321. Now, if you aren't able to attend, no problem. Veteran Puppies for Life graciously accepts auction items and donations so you can help heal wounded souls, one puppy at a time. Keep it here, everyone.